Ladies and gentlemen, President Benigno S. Aquino III.
Good afternoon. Over the past few months, we have been apprised of intentions to create disruptions in the National Capital Region during the feast of the Black Nazarene. Previously, the difference between their intentions and capabilities has been quite pronounced. The possibility prompts us to warn you of the risk in attending the procession. To those who will be attending, you will note increased security preparations and measures. Your government wants to ensure, to the fullest extent of its capabilities, your safety. We ask for your understanding and cooperation. I call on our fellow citizens to exercise the maximum vigilance and discipline leading up to and during the procession. Report any and all suspicious behavior directly to the authorities or by calling 117. I ask you not to bring the following to the procession: cell phones, weapons, fireworks. Anyone who is caught bringing or using fireworks will be apprehended. Monitor and obey our warnings and instructions. This is for the safety and well-being of all. I have been meeting the security forces and have issued the necessary instructions to the Secretaries of National Defense, Interior and Local Government, and Justice, as well as the leadership of both the PNP and the AFP. In any open democracy, there will always be challenges coming from extremist elements. The sad reality of the world today is that terrorists want to disrupt the ability of people to live their lives in the ways they want to, including the freedom to worship and engage in community activities. Your government will do what it has to do to ensure the safety and security of the public. With the people's help, we will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your first question will come from Joel Ginto of Bloomberg.
Hi, sir. Sir, can you expound on the nature of the threat, and with its discovery, can we say that it has been foiled?
Well, we're still, there are several individuals associated with a terrorist group that we have been monitoring. Now, there have been reports that they have been spotted in the NCR, and there have been ongoing police operations to apprehend the same, and various disruption activities have been conducted precisely to forestall any possibility of a terrorist attack.
Sir, is this linked with the Abu Sayyaf or the JI? And these personalities that you mentioned, are these local or are these foreign personalities?
Local, and as to their linkage with other extremist elements, that has yet to be developed. There have been persistent reports, but they have not. There has been a difference between so-called intentions and their ability to carry out these intentions. Unfortunately, lately we have been getting some information that leaves us to believe that there is a heightened risk, and therefore we are taking the necessary precautions, especially given the nature of the procession for the Black Nazarene, which involves quite a huge number of people and makes it a very tempting terrorist threat.
Sir, just one last point. With the discovery of this threat, what's your assessment on the level of terrorism activity? Has it been on a resurgent mode following that these reports that they have now have plans in the capital?
Siguro parang, how should I put it? I think ever since I got into office, there have been these reports, no? But again, there have been, parang on the nature of a possibility, but in terms of probability, kind of low. I'm not saying that the probability has increased dramatically, but there has been an increase, and we would not want to unduly increase the risk to our populace. That's why we're coming up with this warning.
Okay, Joel? No more follow-up. Mr. President, the second question will be coming from Joanna Poblete of Business World.
Good afternoon, sir. Without tipping your hand, could you please tell us how you're saying that increased security preparations and measures, there are 9 million people expected tomorrow. How exactly are we going to keep them safe?
Well, we have increased the PNP personnel who have been assigned directly to this mission. They have been augmented by the AFP personnel. And there will be various other units that have been tasked to directly support the activity or the security preparations tomorrow. Plus, there are other units that have been increased to go after these people who have been spotted in the metropolis. That's why I made special mention in the statement that there will be increased security preparations. It will be very visible, very obvious, and very thorough.
There are several entry points, sir. This is not just around the vicinity of the Basilica itself. It's also all the way up to perhaps the Carino Grandstand. So, sir, if you could give added assurance or added guidelines for the people who are going?
For me to give you all of those added guidelines, John, I'll have to tell you every specific item that I've instructed, which is telling the terrorists also, this is how we intend to thwart you. I don't think that is productive. But you will, let me put it to you, if you will attend tomorrow, if you will watch it, you will notice how dramatically different it is.
So, sir, we can say that the January 5 terrorist advisory from the U.S., when did we decide, sir?
There's no connection between the
No
terrorist
nothing at
advisory
all.
and the discovery. This has been an ongoing effort. As early as August of last year, there have been scattered reports. Can I just say that there seems to be components that have been added to the observations that prompted us to make sure that we take all the avenues available to us to maximize the safety of our country.
Mr. President, the last question will be coming from Christine Avendaño of the Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Christine?
Hi, sir. So, sir, so is this a big threat? That's why you came out with an announcement on a Sunday.
You will look at, first of all, the activity happens tomorrow. So I was apprised of this early this morning, apprised of the recent developments. No? So that when is the next opportunity for us to be able to do so? Siguro man, point is to do it afterwards. Now, we really want to emphasize that there's a uniqueness to the threat level that will be to the threats that our people will have to face tomorrow. You start out from the Quirino Grandstand, which is a very wide and expansive area. Then as it gets closer to the focal point, which is the church in Quiapo, it will become narrower and narrower, and you will have the people packed into more and more dense arrangements, which becomes more and more ideal for a terrorist who wants to inflict terror. Hence, there will be very few major public gatherings that will have a nature or similar nature. And that's why we feel that it is very prudent on our part, and it is part of our task to ensure that our people have the necessary information for them to be able to make the appropriate decisions.
Sir, what kind of threat exactly? Parang bomb threat ba, sir? Or people
Yes.
will be a bomb threat? Uh-huh.
There is a possibility, okay? Whereas, is there a certainty that is not been determined? There was a very high risk of that. We would have moved to cancel the procession. But as of this time, there is not that high. In that high probability, does not yet exist.
Pero we're under parang heightened alert, sir, at this point in time.
We are preparing to the maximum of our abilities. Because again, of the number of people involved, given the geography and topography of the procession route, and again, you will have the densest concentration, perhaps in a public gathering, in something like the procession for the Black Nazarene.
Pero people will still be safe if they attend tomorrow's event, sir.
Christine, is there any total safety anywhere in the world? We are an open society. How do you actually body search everybody who will be attending? We will maximize, given our capabilities, the so-called protection that we will try to afford our people. But again, the entire security service is composed of 250,000 individuals spread all over the country. How many will we be guarding tomorrow? Okay.
Sir, is this group out to test your administration's resolve to wage your anti-terrorism campaign properly?
Hindi naman yata pinapersonal to me. Talagang matagal na nila. Kaya terrorist group sila. Talagang ito yung kalakaran nila sa buhay nila. So we've been after them. A lot of their cohorts are already in jail. But we cannot say that we have arrested everybody or are in the hot pursuit of everybody else who has not yet been arrested. But the efforts are still continuing.
Sir, and are you near to having any arrests? And would you urge those people, the devotees, to instead observe the tradition at home to be safe?
Well, of course, if that follows, if they can accept that as a practice and as alternative, that will undoubtedly lessen the risk. But given that in talking to the church authorities, there will be those, regardless of the threat level, will still insist on doing so, it is the state's obligation to protect them to the fullest extent possible.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. President. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon.